Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so it's lunchtime. It's like the first big meal I have of the day, and the only big meal I have of the day now these days. And I found out that I get to bed a little earlier, and I wake up a little earlier, and I have a better day overall. So, what was I doing before playing Destiny? I was fucking around in Conan Exiles, the clan that had been basically trying to wipe the server. They did a good job of pushing most of us off. I have to say myself and about 1.5 other groups are the only ones that are still playing. When I say point 0.5 is because that's like about a half a dozen randos that have showed up over the last week or so. Um, Leveling up, it looks like. So I don't know if they're refugees from other servers or they were, you know, uh, recreating their characters, or they could be alts for the clan that came on to grief us. But anyway, so this is a Crucible run, as the title says, doing pulse rifle, linear fusion rifle, and sidearms. Now, I'll be able to get the sidearm going, and I'll be able to get the pulse rifle going, but I don't think I'm going to get much linear action. Ooh, and I need some void in here, too. Do I have a void pulse rifle? Or a void sidearm? No, I don't. But I do have void weapons, so that's not a big deal. Right? This is a Nezerax's arc, right? Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's do the Crucible thing first. Now, Vanguard has gone to a percentage-based reputation, where you do have to do the daily surge. So it's stasis, which is garbage. You do get extra reputation when you do it with the Nightfall, but stasis versus Nightfall is a headache. You don't want to fucking deal with that. I am not concerning myself with trying to get the so-called pinnacle gear, because starting next season, we're going on a rotation of 1 to 100 now, which means that power levels, as I've always wanted, are taken off of your weapons and armor, I would imagine, and then applied strictly to your character, which I'm hoping I'm interpreting that right. Now, this was just a YouTube reel, or TikTok, or whatever you want to call that. I don't know what they're really called. It was just a reel. It's like a 5 second, a minute, a 1 minute reel. They didn't really get too much into it. They said that pinnacles were going away. Power grinding was going to be reduced. Every season, the power level gets reset to 1. You go to 100. Cool thing is that for all the min-maxer grinders out there that get to max power level right away, they'll be helping the rest of the game out. So filthy casuals like myself, who might only be scratching level 15 by the time they're 100, can partner with them. They won't have to be handicapped by my low power level, and I'll be able to access activities because of their higher power level. So to me, it almost feels like power level doesn't really mean anything, except for maybe some minor gatekeeping when it comes to aspirational content like raids or grandmasters or legendaries. I don't really play those anymore, simply because I just find them to be fucking toxic, and they are just a pain in the ass to go for. That being said, for now, we do have how many days left of the season? We have 39 days, so we have a month and change left for the season. And I'm guessing that the 1 to 100 is going to be tied to our season pass. Now, what does that mean for those of us who don't buy the season pass? It means that we're going to be going a lot slower. See, increase the tier level of all Royal Executioner fusion rifles. Okay, that's not nice. Increased fire team members' XP gains. So if it's based on XP gains, which is what this is all up about, then having access to these little bennies every few, dozen or so levels is going to make a big difference. It is going to be pay to progress, like it always has been, but even more so focused on the seasonal pass. The season pass is $20, uh, which I think is fucking way more than it should be for the season. The season's not that special. There's not many things in it that are actually standing out to me. I mean, I haven't even finished the catalyst for the exotic weapon. And most seasons I do. By this time, I have the catalyst done for that weapon. But not for this season. Because I find it to be, not necessarily beneath me, but just boring. We open up the expansion with the witness doing his little finger diddling, giving Traveler the stinky finger. And then next thing you know, we're shutting off to Titan to deal with some Sky Dancers community. And I'm like, ugh. I like Scorch. Scorch is simple. Anyway, so I'm playing the 3 matches here to clear bounties and hopefully pick up a piece of gear that might have better stats. Now, I don't know if the power level changes is going to affect armor stats. It might be that Artificer armor still might stand out, not just because of its higher power level, but because of its open stat slots or its general overall stat points. Like I said, I look for 66 and higher from now on, unless it's a really standout, ability like mobility is really high, or intellect's really high, or discipline or strength is really high. If there's like a standout perk that's like really, really, really big, then I will go ahead and I will fucking do it. Wow, we are 3v6? What the fuck? How the fuck did that happen? Hey man, I'm all for an asymmetrical fight. I'm not the first person to complain that I walked into a room full of goblins. No, man, I personally like a fucking against all odds fight. That's kind of fun. Oh, here we go. We got extras now. Wow, that's some serious lag. And we were leading before those kids even showed up. That's whee. Gotta tell you something about the game, don't it? Oops. Did we mutey? Yeah, we muted. Nice. What was that line from the Chili Peppers? I can't remember it now. Something about mutual masturbation and ejaculation. Oh, that's right. I got demonetized. Who cares? I don't do this for the money. I don't do this for the reputation. I do this as a journal. This is my journal. Anybody standing here or stuck with me in this, that's just random thoughts in my brain. I guess a little bit of narcissism is in this. Bad Bri Union, or Bri Union. I knew a Bri. She was nice. As people go, she's good people. I won't say was, because I don't know if she's passed on or not, but I don't even like to refer to the dead as past tense either. I don't think they're ever really dead. I don't think people that die are ever really dead. Not as long as you keep remembering them and they keep influencing your existence and those around them. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's what the whole push for celebrity really comes down to is, the way you influence or impact the decision-making of other people around you or influenced by your actions. And I'd like that to be a positive thing. So, yeah, I talk about jerking off and, being a goofball and a doofus and shit like that. But I do it because I want people to realize that there's a humanity behind this voice that is, deeply interested in what it is to be human and why we do the things we do, and are the things we are doing in favor of our humanity. That's the real key, is because you don't really know sometimes. Some of the stuff you do just might go against the whole concept of the human community, because that's what we are. We're a community. I tried to punch him. Oh my god! I tried to punch him. Oh, can I blast you? I bet I can push you off. Oh, good times. So yeah, yeah, I like Team Scorch because it's fucking basic, man. It's like this. It's like in a drawer full of flatware. You know, you got fish forks, you got hors d'oeuvre spoons and forks, you got forks, teaspoons, soup spoons, tablespoons, steak knives, butter knives, biscuit knives, um, not measuring cups, measuring spoons, and all that kind of stuff. Team Scorch is just the tablespoon. That's base. It's perfect. I have nothing against forks, and knives have their place. But honestly, if you cook a steak right, you should be able to cut it with a spoon. I'm sorry. Maybe you like jerky, but if you like beef jerky, then buy beef jerkies. Don't make your steaks like that. That's just wrong. That is dishonest to you, the table you're serving or plating for, however you want to way you call it, and it's a disservice towards the animal that's given up its flesh or had its flesh consumed for you. I mean, taken for you. It should be an enjoy. Everything you do, anything that a human does or fabricates or creates, should be done for the enjoyment of it. If you're not enjoying yourself, if you're grinding for something, then you might want to really evaluate what is the real goal you're trying to do here. Are you punishing yourself for something? You got a bad guy behind you, buddy. Oh my lord, Ian's just dodging. Somebody got him though. That's good. Can't even do the fucking roll dodge. That would be so fucking badass if you can go Niz in this game. Holy shit. do, do, do. Warlocks think they have an edge on this map. Okay. Well, it's a close game. That's nice. Already got one bounty done. What's breakfast? Well, actually, what's brunch? What's first meal? First meal is not necessarily tater tots. They're like these little disc thingies. And we mutied. Yay, we win. Thank you for playing.
Remind me to bring you along the next time I feel like war.
Yay, Crudy rank went up. Fuck, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to what anybody was doing. Let's go ahead and stroke the egos of the Warlocks. What the fuck? Alright, let's get out of here. No, no, no. Alright. Did I get another one? Shit. So it's like these tater tot like disc things, and that's garbage. Scrambled eggs and some cheese and some ketchup. Pretty much, basically, that's all it is. It's delicious. Actually. Alright. Bow damage, supers, defeating hunters, defeating titans, control, heavy ammo, solar scorch with scorch damage. Well, I guess that doesn't count with Team Scorch, huh? Fucking stupid. Very well. And speaking of seasonal progress, yay! Oh, I think this is it. Do I get to get my emote? I wanted this. This was the one thing I wanted. Ooh. I don't need that. Oh, God. This has implications. Yes! Omnipotentia. Omnipotentia. Multiple potential. Shower of glimmer. It cost me bright dust to use that. I have so much Rainmaker. And look, I have enough for my little shader too. Yay! Alright, I was thinking about getting this because there was a gun called Super Good Advice back in D1, and I was so proud of it. I was so happy. It was not the first exotic that I got, but it was one of my favorite exotics because you had the lore, you had the effect. It was one of the first guns to come out with Mulligan, or what we call Mulligan now. Oh, but man, the handling, the recoil, you really had to get used to it. And the first time I showed it to my friends, Stomper, one of our older friends, pulled out his machine gun and says, "Yeah, Hawko was all like, ah!" He was all doing basically this. And it's true, I was like, I could not control that fucking gun for a long time. And I finally got the hang of it, or they buffed it, or they changed it up a little bit. But that's like one of those Destiny moments that you remember because it was with your friends, your family, and because my son and I played. And it's just, good times. I mean, there's only been one or two times where I was with what I would consider to be my close Destiny friends, uh, that they weren't really a good time, and it was mostly because we were with a person or persons who were just not having it. They were not very impressed with what we were doing, how we were playing, uh, until certain things happened that you know certain things were done and said that convinced them otherwise. And we don't play with those people anymore. I don't even know if they play this game anymore. I haven't even seen them on the playlists or anything else. I don't even see them. I think I think we even kicked them off our friends list. But even so, those moments were not as bad because there was the support of the core group. We were like, dude, that's uncool. Hey, you're just pissed off because blah, blah, blah. And says, oh, yeah? You think I'm not contributing? Okay, then how about this? I'll spend the next 3 minutes not doing anything at all and see what happens. Yeah, right. Just because people aren't racking up kill scrolls on the left side of the screen or, top in the leaderboard doesn't mean they're not doing shit to help win the game. And yeah, all it took was, my son to basically not pull the trigger. He didn't die either. He made sure he wasn't at a point. He didn't give up points. But we stopped scoring in that match. It was pretty obvious. In fact, it got so obvious that the rest of the team was like, dude, you made your point. None of us have ever said you don't contribute. It was just him. And I said, well, then somebody needs to kick him from the team. And it didn't happen. Nobody really kicked him, but we stopped playing with him pretty much after that. But anyway, that's drama from years ago. But just to point out the fact that an emote like this would be a target for me because it reminds me of those moments that are funny, that it is really what brings me back into the game. It's not that I'm getting nostalgic or anything like that. It's just that I'm reminded that in spite of the fact that some of the players in this game are super hardcore toxic, that is not the majority of this game. There may be some mechanics in this game I don't agree with. There may be some goals in this game I don't agree with or pursue. It doesn't make the game a bad game. It just means that I have to work a little bit more to get the experience I want out of the game because I know it's there. It's kind of like when you're digging for diamonds or gold. You know they're there, and you're not going to know if what you got in your hand is going to be worth the effort until you start, refining it. But with a little bit of effort, a little bit of refinement, you find the value in there. And it's just like any other relationship. You've got to trust in the game to provide you with what it is you're seeking. And the game should technically trust you to be consistent with your goals. So, because trust goes all ways. I've said so many times before, I don't want your respect, but I I would be honored to have your love, your trust, and your loyalty. And I'm not saying love as like romantic love or passionate love. I'm just love like a deep affinity, empathic appreciation for a person's or element's presence or influence upon your existence. And that's really what it comes down to. It's all about the influence. Anyway, give me a minute. I'll be right back. Ugh. Okay, came back. All right, so we're done with this. So we're going to go for 3,250 bright dust. I don't think that's going to happen, but whatever. Back into the Crucible match. Team quick play. And it's going to be a crapshoot. I might get control. I might get clash. I might get rift. No. I don't know. Is rift on this one? Zone control. Okay. That's similar. And done. Nice. Oh, looks like nobody's playing. I'm going to give it one more try, then I'm going to go to the planet. Huh? That's new. Oh, dead air. Well, you guys get the gist. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let you get out of here. Thanks for stopping by. 23 minutes is not bad.